do not forgive somebody who has hurt you, then it means you are telling God that deal with me as I've also dealt with that person.
Wow. If I train my child such that he comes out of school and he cannot do an alternative job, then I think as a parent, I am failing.
The midnight that you cannot sleep and thinking about this child, tell yourself, Lord, I hand over this my wayward child unto you.
It is not about the job the person is doing in terms of what we think. But at the end of the day, is it the will of God?
I think that it's very unhealthy for couples to be talking about breaking up and threatening them. It doesn't really solve. If the person is unrepentant, that cannot change it. Start with prayer.
One of the sickness that I pray to God everybody will get one in his life before they die and become a ghost is toothache. I don't know if you had toothache before.
I've had it before. You can't sleep.
The anointing doesn't solve it.
No.
Watch Weekend Family Review with Dollarich every Saturday at 8:30 a.m. and a repeat at 7 p.m. Weekend Family Review, bringing the families together and reshaping society for tomorrow's generations.
Hello, precious viewers. Wow, welcome to yet another beautiful weekend with us here on GTV Live. And you know, this is the Weekend Family Review Show with me, Evangelist Johnny called Dollarich, and we are in the month of November. And in the month of November, one thing I can promise you is you will end well with this year. I mean, whatever that you are expecting, that the 10 months gone didn't bring you, the 11th month will show up and the 12th month will bring you the glory. Trust me. Call the family together and let's do this program together, because here we say we are bringing the families together and reshaping society for tomorrow's generation. The welfare of the family is our core mandate to ensure that the family is living in harmony. We still have our WhatsApp line up screen and our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollar. Just get connected with us. Let's do the show together. But let me take this opportunity to remind you that on this platform, Weekend Family Review, we don't leave the issues bare. We just don't leave them loose. Any issues that we discuss here, we'll lift them and we'll place them on the altar of Christ, on the altar of God, that whatever the enemy is bringing against our family, we'll pray through them. So week after week, month after month, we'll be visiting some churches and look out for a church will be coming too close to you and join us with your family. We call it Redeeming the Family Glory, where we hold the hands of families and pray that the hand of God will visit our home. Join us anytime we are visiting a place near you, so that you also be a blessing to your family. You know what? We'll take this quick break. When we come, I have this wonderful guest with me who will help us do our topic of the week. But please, we still have our WhatsApp line up screen and Facebook page, Weekend Review Dollar. Just get connected with us. Let's do the show together and take this opportunity to call somebody, also to call somebody to tune in to watch the program. It is Weekend Family Review Show right here on GTV Live.
Weekend Family View. My name is Akoso Chepon, and I want you to be watching Weekend Family View with Dollarich. If you hear Dollarich, he's a rich man, and he gives you rich words that you never ever forget. Stay tuned and always enjoy. I love you so much. Bye.
Greetings to all of you. I want you to watch Weekend Family Review with Dollarich. Now, this is a platform where you get deeper understanding from the spiritual side, what family is about. All of us, our source is a family. So it is here you can get answers, insight, and foresight as to what your family will be. Keep watching. Don't lose it. Next week.
You're welcome back, and thank you so much for being part of the show. And the program still continues, and it is the Weekend Family Review Show right here on GTV Live. And you know, here we say we are bringing the families together and reshaping society for tomorrow's generation. Shortly we'll be doing our topic of the week, but thank you for being part of the show. And week after week, we normally come your way with a scripture just to exhort ourselves. And today, we want to admonish ourselves with a scripture in the book of Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 12. We know this scripture so well, but let us look at something here. It says, there is a way that seems right to a man, but the end of that way leads to death. There's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end of that journey, the end of that road leads to death. There are certain things we do, and in our own eyes we think that, oh, this is okay. You treat the family in a certain way, you treat your husband in a certain way, you treat your children in a certain way, you treat your wife in a certain way, and you think that you are doing the right thing. But please, that path you are taking will not bring you any good results. But in the month of November, please, whatever you are doing to bring shame to the family, please, if only you can do a turnaround and hold the family together so that God's glory will be seen in the family. God richly bless you even for heeding to his word this day. And let me quickly go to my guest and let me introduce them even as we do our topic for the day. And on my far left, they say ladies first, but I'll do my far left first. On my far left is this wonderful brother. He's an author of books. I think he has 3 books to his credit, and he's in the person of Reverend Eric Bracco, and he is with the Dunamis Assemblies of God Taifa, and he's here to help us do our topic. Also, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you? How's the family?
You're all doing well.
You're looking awesome.
Thank you so
much. Wow. And I have a mother. That's why I did my far left first. And it's a mother I love so much. I appreciate her for being such a kind-hearted person. And she's in the person of Reverend Mrs. Elizabeth Ephraim, and the wife of the Bishop of Dunamis Assemblies of God, Taifa. And she's here to help us also do our topic. And let's welcome her. Mommy, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you? You're looking awesome. Oh, ever young, ever green, ever fresh. Wow.
By grace.
You see you.
It's by grace.
Yeah. How are you? How is the family?
The family is doing well.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
I'm doing well.
Wow.
So far, so good. I can't complain.
Grace is working for us. Wow.
Grace is working.
Wow.
So
we
much.
thank God. Wow.
Yeah.
And viewers, quickly, let's go to our topic of the week. And today we want to look at the premarital expenses. Don't get confused. Yes, you are not married to him, you are not married to her, but yes, you are financing the person so much. You are investing. That's the word. I mean, you are investing. We've discussed this issue here before, and but we want to throw more light on it. And I actually decided to do this topic because a gentleman was just about killing himself. When he was talking to me, I looked at him. In fact, he's just 23 years old, a young man at 23, and he feels he has invested so much in a lady, and his head is just turning around. And for us parents, we have to be looking out for our youngsters, our young men and our young women out there. There are some of them, if only we know the things they are into, it's so funny. 23 years, he feels he has invested so much in a lady, and because the lady is no more interested in the relationship, this guy feels like killing himself. And that is where the situation has gotten to. But let's see what our guests have to say on this. And let me go to the ladies first. Mommy, you're welcome once again.
Thank you.
Now,
thank
you are not married to the person. Yes, you are investing so much into the person. I don't know what your take would be for a start.
First of all, I'd like to say hello to the viewers out there, and I appreciate you in having me on the show.
Wow.
Yeah, we thank God for today. We thank God for the great things He's doing in our lives and in our ministry, and the counseling, that we're doing, changing many lives, situations, and marital issues. And so I'm really grateful to God.
Wow.
And thankful for being here. Yeah, my take on this is this. Marriage begins from somewhere. And when you see a lady or you see a man that you want to get married to, we have what we call courtship. Courtship. And so courtship is between two adults, a male and a female, who are into a relationship, with the intention of getting married. They study each other, know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and then they get to know the extended families. And so during this period, you like to know each other more.
That's right.
And better, But it is not marriage. It is not marriage. And so the idea of spending on your partner, it's a no-no.
It's a no-no.
It's a no-no. It's a no-no. See, if you are courting somebody and you want to express, your love or care, well, you can give, but it must be willingly. It shouldn't have any strings attached to it. Okay, it must come from the heart and not like on impulse, like you are being forced to. And so this thing where partners spend so much on their partners, it's a no-no.
It's a no-no.
Yes, because it leads to so many things.
I'll come to that so many things shortly, and the program still continues, and it is the Weekend Family Review Show right here on GTV Live. And here we say we are bringing the families together and reshaping society for tomorrow generation. The welfare of your family is our core mandate, that the family will live in harmony. And I'm so blessed having Reverend Eric and Mrs. Ephraim here to be a blessing to us on this program. And let me go to Reverend Eric, and he will give us his take for a start. Osofo.
Thank you very much. I am also very grateful for having me here.
That's right.
And it's a prayer that these discussions will go a long way to affect and transform lives. That is our motive.
That's right.
Yeah. So, like Mommy rightly said, at courtship level is a point that we are studying each other, and the goal is to get married in future. And so from the definition, it's not marriage, and therefore certain things are not expected or mandatory from each partner. So if a partner want to give anything, it should be voluntary. It shouldn't be mandatory. It should not be tied with conditions. If you are giving to a lady or a gentleman because, or having in mind, because your giving will result in a marriage, then I think you are failing. Yes, you have missed it. You have missed it totally. Yes, but if you are giving because you love the person and you are giving in a courtship, fair. Because at the courtship level too, you are expected to demonstrate your commitment. Yeah, you have to show your love. Love is by action. That's right. Yes. So, but it shouldn't be tied to the marriage aspect. When it's tied to that aspect and there's a breakup, that is where you have all the issues that probably are going to discuss today. So for me too, it's no for you to have a mandatory commitment in terms of finances.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you, but let's look at it critically, because you see, a young lady is in love with a gentleman, and she feels one way or the other, the best way that you can prove your love is to show me what you can give in a certain way. I mean, sometimes you meet some of these young ladies and they have their own background issues, circumstances and challenges. But, the guy also feels that, if I help you, if I finance you, if I take you to school, maybe I put you in a trade, I mean, if I give you this bit and pieces of money, at least it will draw your love to me. And most of these ladies are also looking out for a guy who can help them to feel a bit comfortable in, doing so. They also kind of like, okay, my love is for you. Is that not what is happening out there?
Yeah, it sure is. These things are happening. But since you are in the courtship stage, you are not obliged to commit to any, thing. Okay, especially financially. Some people go to the extent of, paying fees, rent, buying cars, yes, giving chop money, and all those commitments, And so, even if you want to do these things, like we initially said, it shouldn't be that you are forced to do it.
That's right.
With the intention of luring the person into marrying you. Some people are forced into marriage because of this financial commitment. But it is wrong. You see, if you want to do it willingly. Because, you see the need to help the partner. And as you do that too, don't have it in mind that, I'm doing this with the intention of her marrying me or him marrying, me. You see, but do it willingly so that in case the marriage doesn't come on.
This in case is deep.
Yes, in case the marriage doesn't come on, then you won't flare up or you won't have any cause to be violent. You see, yes. So
it's still no.
It's still no. For me, it's still no. Many people are hurt because of these things. You see, I have people that come to me for counseling and they are going through the same situations. Some go to the extent of buying land, together with the intention of, we'll get married. Definitely. And so if I help you buy the land, but whose name is the land going to be in?
Is it Mr. and Mrs.?
Yes. Is it going to be Mr. and Mrs.?
Meanwhile, you are not married.
You are not married yet. Having a joint account, serious financial commitment, and yet they are at the courtship level. Okay, anything can happen when you are courting.
Wow.
And if you are not careful and you commit so much to your partner, then I tell you, if you are not careful, you have yourself to blame. Yes.
I'll come back to you, but Reverend Eric, let's look at this. You see, I don't know, but you are not, let's say, forcing the person with whatever you are giving. But you see, as human as we are, you feel that they say one favor deserves another, or one good turn
deserves another.
That the person is doing. Is trying his best. Sometimes you see some of these young men, even what they eat gari, but they will buy you the fried rice, and they are struggling, but yet to prove the worth, and I'm choosing my words carefully, to prove the worth of their love or commitment to you, they go to some extent and shower you with all these things. Whether with the motive or the intention of you marrying them, that is also another thing. But they still, they want to prove that yes, they really love and are committed to you. And so, if at the long run they sacrifice all that they have, some even take from their parents, and from so many places, and commit it into some of these ladies, and even some ladies also do same. Yeah. But at the end of the day, if the person Jack is going or Abner is walking away, then the issue starts. What do you say?
There have been so many disappointments in this kind of arrangements, and that is why we are saying that we should be cautious as young people, adults who want to enter into courtship, and we want to commit our resources into them. We like we said, you see, we should do them out of love.
That's right.
And not because you want A or B from that person. Definitely at courtship you have to demonstrate your love. And like I said, love is by action.
That's right.
What you do will tell me whether indeed you love me. Do them, but be cautious. Okay, that is still not married. It's still not guaranteed that the woman or the man must automatically force to accept your proposal because you have bought A or B for the person. Then the other person, the beneficiary, the one who is also receiving, should also be cautious. Because a man will not just naturally give you all these goodies and throw them away without expecting returns. So if initially you know that you don't like this man, you don't like this woman, it's better you come plain, point blank with the person that, Mr. Gentleman or Madam Lady, these things you are sharing on me, let us come clear. What is it leading to? Okay, we are not able to do that because sometimes when honey is flowing to our lips, we want to take off.
Nobody will take the head.
Yeah, but there are consequences.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's both sides. Know that what you are giving does not guarantee the woman or the man accepting your proposal. And if anything backfire, you can't blame anybody. Be cautious. Do out of willing naturally. You are helping the person. And if it doesn't go the way you want, you don't have to blame anybody. You, the one receiving, you should also be wise and cautious that you can't continue to receive something from a gentleman or a woman whom you know deep down within yourself, you know that this man is not the man for you, or this woman, you're not going anywhere with the person, but you are luring and you are collecting and collecting and collecting. It will lead to so many catastrophic issues in your life. So there should be a great caution in giving as far as courtship is concerned. Yeah.
Now, mommy, let's come to that bit of where some young ladies, like a gentleman approaches, oh, baby, you are nice, I like you, and I want to be, and then right there, they think, okay, this is a cool season for me. I mean, the gentleman has brought himself, so now she'll present her list of issues that she has and the things she needs, and then today she's taking this, the next day she's taking that, and then now they say MTN mobile money. I'm doing free advert for them. You know, then the mobile monies are coming. Every weekend the guy is pushing something for you, and by and large, and you see, I want us to emphasize where the demand is, because the gentleman, you keep demanding from him, and he is also at least pushing to get whatever you are looking for, and at the end of the day, you turn back and he said, no, it's not possible for me to marry you. Won't the person feel a bit cheated in a way?
Yes, sure. You know, there shouldn't be any demands from both partners at all. You know, it's just a period of studying each other, getting to know each other. And when there's this kind of demands, then the other partner feels pressurized. You see, there's so much pressure on the one that the demand is, you know, being made to, you know. And so especially the ladies, they like to demand a lot. You know why? Because most of the time, the guys too, they raise the expectations so high.
My goodness.
They raise the expectations so high. They want to impress the ladies. You see, and so I have this and I have that. They brag. They brag. You see, and in the long run, it turns against them. And so, just like Pastor said, when you are doing these things, you must be cautious. You must have it in mind that we are just courting, and anything can happen.
Wow.
And so you have to be careful, and the ladies too, they have to be very, very careful in, you know, making their demands, demanding that a guy should do everything for you. You know, some promise the world. Some of the guys, they promise the world. And so when the lady realizes that, hey, this guy, oh, he's promised me this, promised me that, and then the demand starts.
Wow. And it's getting worse and worse.
And it gets worse and worse and worse. Today, I have to pay rent. Tomorrow, I have to pay fees. Another day, oh, I need some shoes. I need this. I need that. You know, knowing very well that deep down their hearts, no, it's not going to get anywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, the marriage is not going to come on. And so it's not a good thing. It's not right. You see, it's not a right thing, because you are just putting somebody in a situation where, you know, love is a thing of the heart. And if somebody, you know, gives you his love, and you break that, he's shattered.
He is.
And things can happen, you know. I mean, serious things can happen.
I understand. I'll come back to you shortly. Okay. And the program still continues, and it is the Weekend Family Review Show right here on GTV. Like, we still have our WhatsApp line, app screen, and our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollarich. Just get connected with us. Let's do the show together. We started uploading some videos on YouTube. So when you go to YouTube, you just type Weekend Family Review. You get to have some there. We're still uploading. We have some few challenges here and there, but we're working on it. So we'll get you all the videos even as times goes on. And what can I say? Please call somebody to tune in to watch this program, because here is the only platform that we bring the families together and reshape society for tomorrow generation. Because here, our core mandate is to bring the family together. Your happiness, your harmony in that home is what we pray for. And let's go to Osafo. Now, interestingly, right, you know, some of our youngsters, when that love consumption, you know, when that fever overtakes you, I mean, your sense of reasoning is actually shattered. You don't even see what you are doing. It's all about that feel, that emotional attachment to the person. So whether you have it or you don't have it, you still want to make some sacrifice because you want the person by all means. And mommy said something that sometimes some of our young men, they also brag. I mean, you don't even have it. And I have a story of a young man who also a lady was coming to visit him, and he had then prepared some gari and some pepper and whatever. When this lady came, apparently because he was shy, he didn't want to eat the gari in front of the lady. He hid the gari and the pepper and everything, and then he even went to buy some sure something with some drink and malt and milk and all those things for this lady. When the lady left, he came back to his gari. You know, that is the extent some young men can go just to prove their love. But here's the case, the problem. Let's look at it. You, whether with the intention of marriage or not, you feel like there's something that you want to do at the end of the day. But what can we do so that at the end of the day, whatever you are committing, there will be that total understanding that, oh, whether I'm giving you the world or not, there's nothing, I mean, attached to it. It's a free flow. I mean, it's a gift. It's something that doesn't have any attachment. So that if you are walking away or I'm walking away, there wouldn't be any issues. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I think this program is good. It's important we educate ourselves.
That's right.
Okay, and not move about with our own notions and perceptions. That is not helping us.
Yeah, that's right.
Matthew 5:37 says that let your yes be yes, and let your no be no. So I expect that people represent who they are really to each other without false representation. You know, like mommy said, don't say what you cannot do, and don't try to impress. It will not help you anyway. You know, the marriage is a long journey. Courtship is a short period. Whatever you do at the courtship will form a foundation for the marriage. So if you don't show leadership, if you don't show maturity and, you know, truthfulness, faithfulness at the courtship level, and even finally you marry the person, these foundations that you've laid is going to lead you into the marriage, and you're not going to like it. So we advise that people present who they are. I earn 100 Ghana cedi a month, and that is all I have. Let it be clear. Don't try to impress.
Wow.
Don't try to go and borrow around. It will not help you. Finally, if the lady even finds out that is the way you are, he will run away from you. You see, so present who you are. Be real. If somebody loves you, it must not be by some conditions, some false representations. True love comes by somebody accepting who you are, the way you are, your attitude, your values. Be firm with your values. And to the ladies, you see, everybody goes through hardship. But sometimes, when you are going through financial hardship, you want to use some men to cover up or to solve that problem. It will not help you.
Wow.
Be firm with your values. Continue to pray. And the Lord will help you so that you don't endure yourself much pains by going for these baits. They will not help you. They are going to create more problems for you in future. So when we do that, we are not going to involve ourselves with this kind of unnecessary commitment. And we are not going to also experience the repercussions afterwards.
I know some young lady will say, so if you don't even know what you're talking about, deal with mommy. Let's get critically to this point, this issue. You see, you found the lady or you've met a gentleman and the person is so cute. I mean, you feel, no, this is my world, you know. We are see, you know, some of them they meet the person and it's like that is the end of the world. If it is not this lady or if it is not this gentleman, hey, something will happen to me. And you see, some of these people, they are scared that if they don't invest, they don't put in much, somebody else will come and take whoever the gentleman or the lady away, and therefore, just by way of like that fear of losing the person, they commit all these things into it. What would you say to that?
I would say that, you know, that is totally wrong perception. Okay, because you can't tell anybody's mind what they are thinking or what they are about. Okay, so if you are into a relationship where you are courting, yes, the guy is so cute, he's a dude, he's handsome, and definitely I must have this guy. Okay, but then it shouldn't be that because of that you commit yourself so much into the relationship. People can change their minds. Like I said, you don't know what is on anybody's mind.
Wow.
And in their heart, you may see them as nice, as cute, but then but then that is just the outward appearance.
That's right.
You don't know what is inside. Inwardly, the person is saying, oh, this is not for me. This lady is not for me. And yet you are dying so much. And sometimes too, you see the signs. You see the signs. The guy may be cute, handsome, he's a dude, he's doing everything, but then you see signs, certain little things that he does that he's not so committed to the relationship. That should speak to you.
That's right.
That should speak volumes to you, and know that, hey, I need to be cautious. This is the guy that I want, but certain things about him, doesn't add up. So I must be very, very, very careful and be wise in how far I go, so that in the end your heart will not be broken.
In the end, your heart will not be broken. I like that bit of it. And Reverend, let's look at it. The same question. You see, I don't know, but you see that feel of wanting someone, that feel of not, ready to lose that person. I don't know. It comes with some feeling, some energy, and you see, you go to every extent to keep that person. But here's the case. We are talking about the fact that even though you love the person, you should be moderate. You should check your footsteps and that kind of thing. But you think you can really check your footsteps.
If you can, fine. We are saying all that we are trying to prevent is that we are trying to let you know that the courtship, yes, the goal is to marry, but it's not automatic that or by force that you should get into marriage. So you need to be very cautious with your steps that you are taking. It is natural that you find somebody that you are in love with and you want to do everything to prove, like Jacob. He has to work for 7 years, 7 other years, to get to one woman. It's natural that we do that. We show our commitment. The love must be seen, action. Right. Okay, fine, nothing wrong with that. But all that we are saying, have it at the back of your mind that it is not automatic. It is not automatic, and therefore you must be very, very cautious. You see, it is this kind of mentality that is leading some of the men committing suicide, killing people. You heard of the case of the UPSA lady, or a taxi driver, and having a relationship with a student. Actually, sponsoring the lady, and the taxi driver finds out that this lady was cheating on him. Then he drove the car directly to the hostel and stabbed the lady to death.
Can you imagine?
Exactly, because to him, as a taxi driver, he is making all those investments.
That's right.
With the hope of getting married to you. He has more or less like he has owned you. So it will result to undue jealousy.
That's right.
And all these things can be avoided. So express your joy, express your love, express it, but do it according to your strength. And it will help you.
But also, let's look at it critically. Somebody, I don't know about the mindset of everyone, but if the gentleman is giving you, you think he's for the Christmas, who is just show, no, something must be wrong somewhere, because if the person keeps giving you, and you think that he's just doing a charity project on you, I think something is wrong somewhere.
Sure. That is why the women must be cautious. Mostly, it happens both sides anyway, but mostly the women who are rather receiving from the men. Right. Yeah. So, like you said, women shouldn't just close their eyes on these things. If you really value yourself and respect yourself and your future, you see, at a point, you must be able to talk about issues straightforward.
That's right.
The things you are giving to me, what is the motive?
You have to ask those correct questions, right?
If most of the time they don't do that because, of course, money is coming.
So I didn't know
I haven't asked for it. I haven't asked for it. You know, I'm just there.
That's
and
right.
he just said he's sending this me money. So why shouldn't I receive it? You know, to surprise you, some parents even push their daughters to be receiving these things from rich men around. See, you must know that no man will give you goodies for free. It is always for an intention, either to get married with you or to have sex with you.
That's right.
Okay, to have sex with you, and you do that and try to get that. So it's not for free, no free lunch.
No free lunch.
So when it is coming, be firm. Let your Christian values show forth. You may go hungry, fine. When it comes to these issues, Bible says flee, like Joseph did. Joseph got an opportunity, you know, to have everything in the palace.
Most glamorous opportunity ever.
But he valued himself as a property of God. And therefore, even though he will go through hunger and even landed in prison, you get to all those positions. You don't have the money to pay the school fees. You don't have the money to take care of your mother who is sick, and so forth. But don't use that as a bait. Because it will not help you. It will not bring any good result.
Wow.
Be firm. It may be tough, but be firm and be playing with the gentleman or the man who is giving you the goodies. Please tell me the motive of what you are doing. And if the motive does not serve you right, be frank. Be frank to stop it or to walk away. And it will help you.
It will. Mommy, do you think it is possible that our young men and our young women can just ask, gentlemen, all this that you are giving me, is it for free? Or you think the gentleman can say, Abna or Kia, all this food and all, I mean, today you are bringing me lunch, the next day, you know, pastries and all that, and you are giving me some small money here and there. Do you think the young men or the young women of today can just come out and ask that, oh, is it for free or you have some? Do you think it's possible?
No, no, not at all. Most of the time they don't ask.
They won't.
You know, and yes, they won't ask because they are enjoying it. Of course, if you get somebody who will give you, you know, whatever you want and not demand anything, you know, then why not? So they don't ask. But you should also know that it's somebody's feelings that or emotions that you are playing with.
Wow.
Okay, you are playing with somebody's feelings or emotions. That is, if you know deep down your heart, I'm just, you know, trying to drain the person, you know, get what I want, and then in the end you dump the person. You have yourself to blame. You see, you have yourself to blame. And so it is not right. Ladies out there who do these things, you know, they see the consequences. Sometimes when you break a man's heart like that, it leads to violence, it leads to suicide, it leads to so many things. You know, we hear of cases where guys have poured acid on women because they felt like, you know, they've committed so much, they've given so much to the woman, and so they expect something in return.
Exactly.
And the lady too, because she was enjoying and benefiting from whatever she was getting, you know, of course, she won't ask. She won't ask you, you know, why you are giving her so much. She won't, because she's enjoying it.
I'll come back to you. Whether to ask or not to ask, the program still continues, and it is the Weekend Family Review Show right here on GTV Live. And here we say we are bringing the families together and reshaping society for tomorrow's generation. We still have our WhatsApp line up screen and our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollar. Just get connected with us. Let's do the show together. And let me ask this critical question. Now, a gentleman goes out with a lady. Some people, I don't know whether it's dating or courtship or whatever, you know, you move with somebody for 5 years with all this investment and commitment, financially, material, and all that, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, and the person wants to walk away, and you think you can just tell the person that thank you for walking away. I mean, after all that you put, also, I don't know what, if you understand what I'm saying. 8 years of relationship. And money has gone into it. I mean, so much has gone into it. And all these 8 years, I mean, you say it is just for Christmas charity. I was
Sure. I think I've cited this example before where Kwekwanansi had an only daughter. And he saw that there were chiefs around and who needed beautiful ladies like that. So he wrote a letter with the picture of the daughter to them. And all of them thought they have a chance of getting this lady. So they started sharing in the gifts. And Anansi became rich overnight. You know, at the point, you know, one day they all decided to come to marry this lady, but when they came, there was already a marriage ceremony going on there.
That's right.
And they had nothing, you know, to complain about. They have to go back. You know, you lose because the marriage was supposed to be sealed when you have paid the bride price.
That's right.
And the family have accepted these things and they've given their daughter to you. Until that, whatever you do will go in the drain.
That's
It
right.
has no, you know, you won't get it back. It's a waste, excuse me to say, investment. Now, that's why we are saying that if you are doing them, do them out of love. And when you are doing it out of love, you don't expect returns. But because you were doing it with the intention of marriage, your focus was to get married. And it didn't come on that way. You lose completely. Now, we say that in courtship that has lasted for 8-10 years is too much. It's too much. Because we are saying that it's a stage you are studying yourself to get married. And you are studying yourself for 8 years, 10 years. What kind of study is that? We PhD people. PhD they go for 4 years. I finish. and there's no way you can even know that person for that. Even 10 years, even when you marry, you can't even know everything about the person.
Sometimes I wonder why people have to be together for that long time.
So we advise that the indication should be clear. Right from the beginning stage of the courtship, this is where we are heading to. Somebody promising to marry you in 6 years' time, 7 years, I wouldn't advise. You should start courtship by now. It will lead to so many problems.
That's right.
Fornications and all kinds of immoral lives that will come in. You see, because courtship, we are going to be committed to marry. And it should be short enough, like 3 years. You should be able to study yourself and do the necessary formalities and get married. But truth is that if you don't do that, whatever you are doing, you walk away with pain, you walk away with troubles. Now we have to avoid them by doing the right thing. So yes, if we have courted for 8 years and I feel that you are not the man for me, the woman for me, I have the independent right to walk away. I have the independent right.
After enjoying all the...
that is why I'll walk away. But know that you who are walking away, you see, you can't take somebody for a ride.
That's
you
right.
also face it later in life. Because you knew this man was not good for you. But you let the person on now for 8 years. So yes, if you decide to go, nobody will harass you. But life will meet you one day.
Wow.
That all these things you've done to this gentleman, to come back to you. So be frank from the beginning. Don't wait till things get out of hand.
Wow. Now, Mommy, those who are pouring acid, they feel cheated, those who are killing others, I mean, strangling some ladies to death, and some even are poisoning some guys here and there. I mean, I don't know what you say, because you see, when somebody is hurt, it takes divine grace for the person to think, or that is it. So when all this commitment and all this investment is done, and you feel your friend, let me say your friend, want to walk away, and what do you do? I know it's a big one.
Yeah, it's very serious. It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing at all. You know, if you love me, it should be unconditional. Love me the way I am, not with any strings attached. And so, and I must say something to that, you can't buy love. You can't buy love. Let it be natural. Let it come from the heart. Don't use, money, things to lure somebody into loving you. And this is where the problem stems from,
So in other words, sometimes it's our own fault that we want to use all these things just to trap the
person, or to buy the person's love, thinking that if I give all these things, this lady will love me, the guy will love me.
And even when they are showing the sign that they are not even interested, you still want to push them.
you still want to push them, thinking that, it will get better, or what they are doing for you, you are enjoying it. You see, and so you don't talk, you are just accepting and accepting. And like I initially said, it's somebody's emotions, somebody's feelings, somebody's heart that you are playing with. And so when it gets to that point where the person, says, no, I think what you have to do is really pray. You have to pray, because at that moment it's not easy. I know of a case where this guy, came to me. He had been courting this lady for a while, and he spent so much. The lady was into nursing school, and so he spent a lot of money on her. Apparently the lady is from a poor home.
Wow.
Okay, but very beautiful. And so the guy decided to spend, and the lady was enjoying it because he was paying fees, giving her chop money and all that, doing everything for this lady. Sometimes the lady will even charter taxi around, run her errands, and the guy was doing all these things. And they were in courtship for 5 years because she was schooling. So she told the guy, let me finish school. But deep down her heart, she didn't, and she kept telling the guy, oh, we are still praying about it. Let's keep praying about it. Let's keep praying about it, I haven't heard from God.
But she knows very well that she no.
Yes, but the guy didn't know. So when she graduated, from school, and she realized, oh, she's about to work, and the guy went to her one day, and then she just broke the news, I've prayed about this thing for so long, and still I don't think you are the guy for me. So let's break up the relationship. Whoa. Just that, the guy was so devastated. He was so hurt. He thought it was a joke, but the lady, he kept asking the lady. So on the third day, that was when he came to my house. He came to me, with the lady. And of course, they brought the case up. And then the guy said, please, mommy, if you can tell her, to have a change of mind. I said, love is matters of the heart.
That's right.
I can't ask somebody to love you. And if this is what she's saying, then you must accept it.
And move
the guy
on.
said no. Before I know, the guy is going, falling on the floor.
He's collapsing, crying.
Yes. And that scared me, He started
serious.
weeping like a baby.
My
like
goodness.
a baby. If there is anything I've done, please forgive me. I'm ready to do all you want for you.
This is
He
serious.
wept and wept and wept and wept. I had to console him, try to ask him to get up. He couldn't contain himself.
Wow.
It was a serious situation because I even got scared that something
It's
might
scary.
happen.
It's scary.
So I had to talk him into it, plead with him. It's not the end of the world. Get yourself together, and sit up. I spent hours talking to this guy. And so eventually I told the lady, just go and think about it again and come back to me. Because I had to say something for the guy to calm down. So I asked the lady to leave, go and think about it. Maybe, you might have a change of mind. So I had to ask the lady to leave. So when it was left with the guy and myself, I had to talk to him, pray with him, try to convince him that this is not for you. Marriage is must come from a genuine heart.
That's right.
You can't force it. So if the lady is saying that you are not for her, just take it in good faith. So, no, mommy, I've spent so much. That's
the problem.
And that is the problem. So I prayed with him, and I said, you go, the lady will call back. And So somehow I had to take him through counseling. Day after day, day after day, counseling, praying with him, encouraging him. And I had to call, one of our senior pastors to talk to him. So we did this for a while before the guy, So sometimes it's not easy.
It's not
easy. After 2 or 3 years, this guy found another love. The same thing happened.
Wow.
This guy found the love of his life. He assumed. And the same thing happened. Paying fees, taking care of the lady.
I'm sure he's dusted, eh? But Mommy, on a more serious note, let's look at this. I want us to critically look at this, what I call wasted years. You invest into somebody, it is time, money, and all that, and your heart and all that. And Reverend Eric, if somebody spend these years with you, let's say I met you at the age of probably 25, and 7 years down the line, I'll go about 32, right?
Yeah.
That's right. And 32 years, I'm a lady, and now you are telling me that what? I mean, you are just walking, it's over. The years, you can't turn back the clock. And some of these bits and pieces, that is what I'm sure push other people into some of these violence and all that. What will you say? How do you recover these wasted years?
Well, it will be difficult, but you can do that. You see, first of all, like you said, don't make the courtship so long, and it will cause all these issues. And we you see, discuss your relationships either with your parent or your spiritual fathers. Discuss issues like that with them. And also, when issues like that, your partner after all these years decides to walk away, well, take it. It may not be easy, like we said, but look at the future more than today.
That's right.
Secondly, ask the person what has gone wrong. Why is he backing off from the relationship? Whatever he says, some will be frank with you and tell what is wrong with you. Work at it. Work at it. And God will prepare a better one.
A better one.
For
I like
you.
that. That's right.
For you. Don't see that person as your all in all for this world. God has not prepared a single man, single woman. That's for this man. If you don't marry him or her, that is the end of your life. It is not true. It is never true. People will say, your rib is somewhere, go and search for it. It is not true that your God has prepared a special rib somewhere and you must go round and look for him. No. Every committed, born again, God fearing man you can marry.
That's right.
You can marry. That is a criteria. Committed, God fearing man. You can marry. So if this one has disappointed you after all these years, well, there are more years ahead than the 7 years. You may have invested money, your time, but know that God, even this it will be used as a basis for experience for your next relationship. Don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself. Don't form a negative attitude because of what has happened or towards women or towards men. Move ahead. Talk to people. Share your ideas with your family, your family heads, your spiritual fathers, and with time you will get over the pain, and the Lord will open another way for you.
Now, Mommy, a quick one. Somebody says a boyfriend that cannot even buy me lunch, is that one too a boyfriend? And not to bring to the point that sometimes some of these ladies feel that if you are dating a guy who cannot do anything for you, then quote unquote he's a miser. I mean, even Asha Simponi, like the beginning of it, this guy can't even commit anything, and therefore some ladies want to look at such a guy with that kind of you also probably want to tread cautiously and don't want a china semunti. You don't want to be caught pants down, so you want to tread cautiously. But some of our ladies or our young guys feel that somebody who is not ready to even sacrifice a little is not worth living with. What do you think?
When you're in a relationship, you show love and care. And like Pastor said, it comes with action. I mean, buying just 5 cedis credit. Is it too much for a guy to do?
Okay.
buying a handkerchief. Is that too much for a guy to do? Once in a while, you know, try and prove your love by, you know, showing it by buying petty things. It shouldn't be, you know, like out of compulsion.
That's right.
Like you are being forced to do it. But you see something nice, you want to show your love, you know. It shouldn't
and
be
that why
anything.
even should be with the motive that it's just a gift you are
It's
presenting.
just a gift you are
giving
presenting, yes.
to the person.
And it shouldn't be an everyday thing. Once in a while you see something. If the person's birthday comes, you know, around, you try to buy something, a gift, you know, to present to that person. Like I was saying about the guy, you know, I told you he found another love. But eventually, the lady too jilted him, you know, and so he committed suicide.
Wow.
Yeah, he committed suicide.
This is terrible.
Yes, he committed suicide and
terrible.
left a note and mentioned the lady's name in the note that she is the reason that I've committed suicide.
Wow.
And so what do I live for if she's not ready to marry me? You know, I've spent all these monies, all these years. It's like wasted years. You see?
Wow.
So sometimes, you see, these ladies too, they shouldn't lead the guys on.
That's
you
the
see,
problem.
and be making demands. It's not right. It's not right. If you don't love the person, don't make demands. Don't, even if he is bringing you things.
It's serious.
And you know you don't love him, don't accept them.
Reject it.
Yes,
I mean,
don't accept them. You see, because once you accept these things, he or she may think that, oh,
wow,
you know, you have accepted his or her proposal, and, you know, and you want to settle down with him or her. And so don't lead the person on a year, 2 years, 3 years.
I'm sad.
You know, the guy committed suicide, and it was a sad thing that happened, you know. If you get to that stage where you feel your years have been wasted, please seek counseling. Go to somebody. You can't handle this on your own. You are hurting. You know, you want to do something to hurt the partner who has jilted you or disappointed you. Sometimes some people go on to curse them, you know, like make up bonidia, that kind of thing, so that their manhood, you know, won't function.
God have mercy.
If I can't have you, nobody else will have you.
Oh yeah, some people go to that extent of yes.
They go to that
either
extent.
my way or for me or nobody
or
else.
Or nobody else.
That's serious.
You know? So let me damage you.
Collateral damage.
If I don't get you, that's the end.
That's the end.
Oh my goodness.
And so seek counseling.
Counseling.
You know, or if you have counselors in your church, go to them, talk to them. Go to your pastor, talk to him, tell him how you feel. Like this guy, initially, he came to me with a lady, you know, and like I said, he was about collapsing, fell on the ground crying like a baby, couldn't contain himself.
I'm sure he was a very emotional man.
Very, very.
And
very,
I know that caliber of people who, I mean, they commit and they do it from within. You know, those kind of people, they are very fragile. They do everything with their hearts. And most of them are not that type of player kind of guys. You know, so if it is you, they are not strong. So if they are committed to you, they are committed to you. And please, ladies out there and my gentlemen, please, let's do the things right. If somebody is showing that love and care, if you either accept and appreciate it or you reject it totally, so that you don't go hurting somebody's son or somebody's daughter. Because from what Mami is saying, if somebody mentions your name and commits suicide, it becomes a constant curse that will follow you. I don't know what you are going through out there, but this is the platform you should always watch. This is the program you should be, glued to every Saturday at 8:30 in the morning and the repeat at 7 p.m. This is Weekend Family Review with me, Evangelist John Dollarich. Here we say we are bringing the families together and reshaping society for tomorrow generations. final words in 30 seconds is also for.
Well,
yes.
Thank you very much. I would like to use this opportunity to advise somebody who is hurt, and I'll say that Jesus Christ came to die. He sacrificed for mankind, and the motive was to love man, to come to him.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, not all are able to come to his arms. But Bible says Jesus Christ is still the same yesterday, today, and forever.
Wow.
The sacrifice is made, he's not regretted. So I say to you, whatever sacrifice you have made on somebody, that today the person is backing off. Don't kill yourself. Don't end your life. You are still the same today and forever. Beautiful, powerful, handsome, and precious in the sight of God. Amen.
Amen. Mommy, your final words in 30 seconds.
Okay. Thank you so much. You know, what I would say is that, like I said initially, you can't buy love. And so when you're in a relationship, make your let your intentions be known, okay, to the other partner. If you know deep down your heart, this is not the one that you want to settle down with in marriage, then don't go into it. Avoid accepting things, you know, and committing to things that you know that eventually, if you don't get what you want, you will be hurt. May the Lord help those who are going through, you know, this kind of challenge. Their hopes have been shattered and they are hurting.
Wow.
May they find grace.
Amen.
May they find peace. May they find joy in the Lord to bounce back.
That's right.
May they bounce back and know that, you know, they have their lives ahead of them.
That's right.
They have a brighter future. They have more to offer, you know, to themselves and to society. So that is not the end of the world.
That's not the end of the world.
Yes, and
Wow.
then the Lord will see them through.
Amen.
They will come out victorious.
Amen. And viewers, I want to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to Reverend Eric Sian Bracco for passing through to be a blessing to us. Also, thank you so much. We are grateful. And Reverend Mrs. Elizabeth Ephraim, and I mean, she's a professional counselor, and Pastor Eric as well. Just give me a call. I'll give you their numbers if you want to talk to them concerning any issue. Mommy, thank you so much for being a blessing. Thank you so much. And viewers, what can I say? A big thank you for being part of the show, and to my crew and to all my friends here. God richly bless you. My cameraman, soundman, and floor managers, and all those who assisted us on this program. But let me end here by saying that I don't know what is going on, but on this program, Weekend Family Review, we say, may God have mercy on us. For those of us pastors who are preaching that polygamy or marry more than one woman is God's idea, I don't know where this thing is. Look, I please, anybody who says that polygamy, a man can marry more than one woman and all that, and you are putting those things into the society, please. All these men are charlatans. They are antichrist. Please, they want to destroy homes and families. If there's anybody who has married more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 women and is happy and the family is intact and is making it, just give me a call and tell me that your family is intact, everybody is okay. I don't know what is happening out there, but what is all this? Please, let us keep the families together. If your wife says that you as a man, you are not enough for her and she wants to marry more than 2, 3 women and 3 men, I wonder what you go through. What is all this? God have mercy on us. For those of us pastors who are preaching polygamy, shame on you, all of you. God have mercy on us. We'll see you same time next week. I'm so God bless us all. God bless us all.
Let's say there is power. There is power. Come on. In the name of Jesus. Say there is power. There is power. In the name. In the name of Jesus. Say there is power. There is power. In the name of Jesus. And it's here tonight. Say to break every chain. Break every chain. Break every chain, to break every chain. Say to break every chain, to break every chain, to break every chain. I need every hand to go up right here. There's an army rising up. Come on, army of the Lord, declare it. There's an army.